Welcome everyone.
Hello.
My name is Iman.
And I'm Amal.
And welcome back to season 2 of Weird and Wonderful. We are back, all thanks to you guys. So thank you for watching.
Thanks for enjoying us.
The first time around.
Yeah.
We didn't think it was going to fly, but alhamdulillah it did.
Yeah. It was a bit...
Was it overwhelming?
It was a little bit. And I did not expect people to like me. To be fair, a lot of people did not like me. And then they liked me once they got to know me, which is pretty much how everybody views me.
That's
in real
true.
life.
That's true. You're not like a...
I need some time.
You need some time to fester. So this season is all about relationships because we felt like with the first season, a lot of the topics that you guys really enjoyed listening to was more relationship based. So This season, everything is relationship based. Every episode we're going to talk about a different branch or a different...
Think of a giant umbrella, if you will. And yeah, a lot of...
So the giant umbrella is relationships, and all the small like pokey things holding up the umbrella is all our episodes.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
So our first episode, just to kind of like warm us up, is we're going to be talking about sisters.
Yay. Good times.
You sound so enthusiastic.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to be talking about a sisterhood, and what is it like when you don't like your sibling.
Right. Okay. I can talk about that
for a long time. Okay. Okay, let's just start it off by saying that Amal and I are we're 2 of 4, so we have 2 brothers, and obviously we only have each other as sisters. And honestly, I can tell you up front is that I enjoy you as my sister.
Yeah.
Now.
Yes, that's true. When we were younger, it was a bit different.
It was a bit rough.
Yeah.
I know that you didn't like me. And I know that you don't want to play with me, and you just like wanted to play with other people.
I literally drew a drawing. There's a drawing that's hanging in my room.
It's still there. I don't understand why it's still there.
It's a draw. It's a pic. It's me and my 2 brothers, and Iman's not there.
Yeah, I was left out.
Yeah, so that's the extent of it. Yeah. For context.
And you know, I think like obviously I was young, so it didn't really affect me as much, or I can't remember if it affected me. But thinking back, if it was now, how I would feel if I was like the left out sibling would probably make me really sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think like when you're older, you realize that, you know, friends are friends, but family is you know, going to be the thing that gets you through a lot. And when you don't have like family support, I think that's really sad.
That is sad.
Was there a specific thing that you remember from our childhood that I did that you hated?
You know, you like dolls and I don't know, dressing up, and you liked pink, and I did not like pink. I did not like your dolls. Yeah, you were just really annoying. I'm sorry.
I'm still annoying today, though.
Yeah, but now I can handle it.
And at what point do you think, like, we could start handling each other as sisters?
I think because you became an adult before I did, right? So
we're 6 years apart, by the way.
Yeah. And we shared a room when you were like in Form 5 and I was like still low primary. So
Form 5 I was, 17? You would have been 11?
Yeah, so I was still like standard 5, 6. Yeah, so it was you were going through your transition. I was going through my transition, and it was just a very weird time to be friends, I guess, because you were all into boys. And I remember one day you came home and you were... you were so angry about something related to a boy and friends, and I'm just like, calm down. you know,
calm down.
Yeah, so it was just, I guess the age difference did not encourage
a good relationship.
I mean, like, you should probably see past that and be good people, but like at the same time, just saying that the age did not help.
That we weren't.
Yeah, you were
close.
really annoying to me. Let's just put it that way.
But I do remember that I did try. It did not go for a lack of not trying. Like, I do remember like me being all girly, like wanting to play dress up and like play makeup. And there are pictures, because we recently went through like our box of stuff the other day, where I saw pictures of the 2 of us dressing up. And I was like, oh my god, I'm also wearing a pink dress. Like, that never happens. That must have been a good day where you like wanted to put up with me being annoying.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I only have good memories of you though. Like I know like we didn't get along so much when we were younger, but I think now that when I think of you more as like a really good support system.
Mm-hmm.
I think you helped me with Bao Bao a lot.
Right.
You're the person I go to for like everything.
It's because of him. It's not because of you. You know
that.
Okay.
Right?
Because he cute.
Good to
anyway,
know.
but yeah, no. I feel like once you become an adult, you know, the age just doesn't matter anymore, right?
True.
You're going through all the same types of things, regardless of whether you're 21 or 29. You know, so I feel like that whole age transition thing no longer applies once you pass that. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I feel like once you pass like 17 or like 18, everyone's kind of like in the same pool.
Yeah.
Together.
So it doesn't matter like if you're 2 years or 3 years older or whatever. Yeah.
And I think like our fights too have gotten interesting, because I remember that when we were younger, when we used to fight, it was like Amal or Mama, Amal did this or whatever.
Yeah.
But now like as we fight,
I still tell on you. You know that, right?
Oh.
I'm joking.
I don't tell on you at all. Mom, did you know that this...
No, I mean, like, when I'm frustrated with you, when you are being irrational, yes, then I tell on you. I'm like, Ma, this is what she did today. Can you believe it? And the thing is, Mama usually, like, understands where I'm coming from, because I'm more like her than you.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I get it.
We'll get to that. But now when we fight, and... I guess like now I'm like malu to fight with you, because I know that you're older and I don't want to like step on your toes.
Right.
But sometimes I just get so frustrated and I just like maybe like burst out and I say something really horrible and I can see it in your face.
You
like,
don't really do that though. You do this thing where you're like passive aggressive.
I'm very
You're more passive aggressive, and then you say things that like, and you have this very specific tone. Like I know exactly when you are annoyed.
Do it.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
It's just like, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't fight out right now. Like I'm more passive aggressive. Like
that's when I know just to leave you alone, because I'm not a very confrontational person. Right? So like this works, I guess. I'm just like, okay, she's being annoying. I'm gonna leave her alone until she realizes, because you do bounce back pretty fast, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
that's something I have to learn.
Yeah, no, I've learned to bounce. It didn't used to be like this. It used to take me like days to like come around, but I realized that it's just such a waste of time. Yeah, and you could be doing something so much better. Yeah. So yeah, I tend to like bounce back a lot quicker now. Yeah. And I say sorry.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because I don't like... Yeah, and I don't like that feeling of like tension or like stress, especially with siblings, like in the air. Like you know you're annoyed at that person, but you just have to ignore it. I don't like it. So I have to come out straight out and say, Amal, I'm sorry for X, Y, and Z.
And we get on with it.
And then we get on with it. But I think there are times like when you're frustrated with your siblings, who'd you go to? Like I know, like when I'm upset with like our brothers or something, I feel bad going to our mom to talk about it.
It's like telling on the kids to the principal. Basically. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like when you're older, you just have to learn that, especially now that we don't live at home together. Right. So now basically Amal is the only one who lives at home. My brother and I have moved out with our own families. And sometimes we get like texts from her saying like, hey guys, like maybe you should come over. Yeah. Maybe you should like hang out at home more. And I get where you're coming from.
I get where you're coming from too, that you can't sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get it. It's just kind of like a slipping it in, I'm taking my chance.
Yeah, but what do you think moves you to like want to text us and ask us to like come over and hang out at home?
Sometimes it just gets really quiet. And you know how like our mom just, because she has a kid now and our brother has a kid, so like when they come over, they become the source of fun. Yeah, so everybody, we all just right now my life is just looking, I don't even look forward to you, I look forward to your child. I'm just waiting at home for my brother and sister to come so they can hand me their babies, because like it's just the focus of the family has now shifted to the children. And it's a good dynamic, I feel.
And I guess like, what does it feel like to be the only one left at home? Like to literally see everyone else leave and you at home with our parents.
I don't mind really, because like I get to do my own thing. They don't really disturb me. I just have to do the chores and whatnot. I mean, like that's a given and it's fine. yeah, it's fine. So, yeah, that's why I look forward to you guys coming, and also the fact that I am at home without you guys makes me want to see you guys more. Like, as opposed to if you were there all the time, it's just like it's not anything special, you know. So when you do come over, it's just like, great, there's people around. But then I'm also glad that you go home,
so that you take your and get out of here. Yeah. Sorry, can we see? No. Sorry. SHT. Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just thinking, like, okay, when I fight with you, it's I think like I can take it, but when I fight with my brothers or when I'm frustrated with my brothers, I can't express myself.
Right, because they don't express themselves.
Yeah. So I'm always afraid like our conflict is going to become worse or carry on. So whenever I'm annoyed or upset with my brother, I just let it be. But then I think it's really not fair to how I'm feeling, because technically I should tell you how I'm feeling and like for us to hash it out. But if it does happen, it just becomes worse. So I just leave it.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes with some people, you just have to let it go.
Do you think it's more so brothers versus sisters?
I mean, I wouldn't know about other people, but for us, like, I can vouch for that because I am your sister and I have 2 brothers. But the thing is, though, I don't really have conflicts with our other 2 brothers because they're so docile.
Just slap them around.
No, but you know what I mean. If I were to have a conflict with any one of them, it would be with you. You know, and but I feel like we've come to a point in our relationship, alhamdulillah, at this point where we're both thinking adults, you know, alhamdulillah, like, inshallah, we don't have any donkey for each other. There's no point and there's no reason to be donkey with each other. And yeah, that's just the basis of our relationship. And I think that's, like, I feel like you've sort of become more of my friend now.
True.
As opposed to you're just my sister.
That's interesting, though. Let's bring it back to like the whole donkey with siblings. And I know alhamdulillah, all 4 of us, I mean, I can't speak for my brothers or my sister, but I feel like for us we have a very good like relationship where we don't have that ill feeling towards each other. Inshallah. But let's kind of like play around with it a little bit. Like, what do you think pushes someone to feel donkey with their siblings?
I feel like it can definitely stem from parents. You know, the whole sibling rivalry, parents favoring one child over the other subconsciously. Sometimes parents don't even realize that they do it. You know, there's that I feel like that's definitely a big one. Or a sibling feeling more superior than another, and then another one feeling inferior for his entire life because his brother always does well in school, does this and that, but then he doesn't have those talents and accomplishes somewhere else. And there's lots of different causes, I'm sure.
That's so interesting. Especially I think we were always taught, like, our parents always taught us never compare ourselves to our siblings. And I've never compared us either.
I mean, if they did,
they didn't tell us.
They didn't tell us, you know. So like, we never I've never felt that from our parents, alhamdulillah. And I feel like that is a great contributor as to why we don't have some sort of ill feeling, like towards a deep-rooted seed or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think it is dangerous when especially when parents start comparing children to each other. Like, oh, you look at your brother, he did so well at this, or oh, your sister is so much prettier than you. And obviously as a child or even like as a young adult, you would feel those feelings of, oh, I'm not good enough.
Right.
And I think that's when like that, I don't want to say hatred, but that's when that like jealousy kind of like seeps in. Resentment, that's a good word. And you have to remember that siblings are siblings just because they were born to the same parents. You don't have to like your siblings, you don't have to love your siblings, because they are just,
well, you kind of do.
No, it's great if you do, but I don't think it's an inborn thing. It's something that you grow.
Definitely.
No, you please love your siblings, everyone, but I'm just saying, like, it's not something that's innate or natural. It's a relationship just like every other relationship that you have to work on. I think a lot of people take their siblings for granted. Like, oh, you know that saying, family is always going to be there for you. Dude, but if you treat your family like trash, they're not always going to be there for you. You know, you have to still treat your siblings with respect. And
they might be there for you a little longer than other people might.
They might put up with you a little bit longer.
But then at the same time, they will have a breaking point, how everybody else would. You know, it's like there's only so much you can do for somebody who doesn't really care about you. You know,
I also want to ask you, and I know for a very long time, people have always known you as, oh, you're Iman's sister.
Yeah.
Before, like, all this, like, even in school.
Like in primary school.
Like, in primary school.
I was always Ade Iman, Ade Aziz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? I don't know, because I'm obviously number one. Not number one, but, like, as in, like, I'm the eldest
child. You're definitely not number one.
I'm not number one.
I'm joking. Yeah, no, it was fine. It maybe at one point it was just sort of like that's weird. They always just but yeah, no, it doesn't. I have no resentment for either of you. You know, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, yeah, no, they're my sister, they're my brother. Even after doing this podcast, actually, quick short story, I was approached by somebody. Like, I was pushing a shopping cart, and I hear someone's like, oh, hi, and I was like, okay, no, nobody. And then this girl, like, she comes up, she's like, hi, are you Iman's sister? So, like, even after doing this podcast, people knowing that I am Amal, she still referred to me as Iman's sister. I found that really funny. If you're watching, it was really nice meeting you that day, but like, yeah, no, I just found that really funny. But I'm not offended at all.
Yeah.
Like,
no, but I thought there was one time you did say that someone asked you, "Are you Amal?" There was once, right?
No, this girl is literally the only person who has ever approached me without you. And if I am with you, they don't approach me; they approach you. Yeah, which is fine. I'm really good. Please don't approach me.
No, I always think, because again, I'm the eldest, so I never get called like, oh, are you Iman?
You're like somebody, you're attached to somebody.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, yeah. If anything, if I'm attached to anyone, it's like my dad. Like, oh, are you like Azman's daughter? Like, that's as far as I go, but it doesn't make me feel like anything. But maybe because just the person I am, I feel like I would be annoyed if someone kept on referring to me as, oh, are you Abdulaziz's sister?
Yeah.
Or are you Amal's sister?
I can see that bother.
I would be like, yo, my name's Iman, man. Like, I'm not just their sibling. Like, I have my own identity, you know? So I feel like that would annoy me.
Right.
And that still does annoy me today, but when people refer to me as like something
in relation
else,
to somebody else.
Yeah. I feel like, hey, I'm not just that. Like, I am my own person.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like if I were you, I'd be annoyed.
I guess maybe because I'm just so used to it. It like started like even way before, like in primary school, and then even when I went to like
we went
college,
to the same university.
Yeah, when I went to college, I was Adi Aziz, and then when I went to university,
Carlton,
I was like, oh my god, are you Iman's sister? I'm just like, yes, I am. Like, apparently we look the same. I don't think so.
Do we look the same? I don't know. I don't know.
But anyway, because I look at you every day, so.
How lucky.
Yeah.
I think sorry, I lost my train of thought. It was just being funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have no idea where we were going with that.
We have no idea. But all I want to say is that, you know, with this theme of relationships for this season, when I was thinking about the different types of relationships that I think we should talk about, I felt like siblings is really important, because that's one of the closest relationships that you will ever have in your entire life. And I feel like we have witnessed some people who don't have good relationships with their siblings, and we can see how damaging it is.
Definitely.
Like, how sad it is for you to not have siblings around you to support you unconditionally. I think that really sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I feel like it's everyone's responsibility when you're a sibling. It doesn't matter, like, oh, you know, you should come to me because I'm older than you, or...
Yeah, I've never liked that whole, like, oh, because you're older, you have to mangala.
Correct.
Mangala means, like, you know, giving in, like, okay, your little sibling wants that. You should just give it because you're older.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if the little sibling is, like, 1 and the older sibling is, like, 5. Okay, fair enough. But, like... as you get older, like I said just now, it just that whole premise, I feel, diminishes, because
we're all adults.
We're all adults. We're all people.
Yeah.
A younger sibling has to respect the older sibling as much as the older sibling has to respect the younger sibling. That's how I feel personally. Like, I know the older sibling might have some sort of authority over. Isn't there like a? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's not go there. But yeah, no, everyone is. everyone deserves due respect.
Yeah.
And don't use that, oh, I'm the older sibling, you should come to me card, if you also have not been making enough effort. Yeah. You can't do that.
I think there was one time that I kind of really regret is that I think we're all hanging out together as a family, and I think I was just in a bad mood that day, and you and our sister-in-law Farah arrived.
Oh yes, you were heavily pregnant.
I was really pregnant. Let's blame it on that. So you guys arrived and you like salam everyone, but you didn't salam me. And it's not normal for us to salam each other.
That's not what happened.
Like, oh, is it? Okay,
No.
let me tell my version, then you can tell your version. And then I got really annoyed. I'm like, hey, like they should come and like salam me. I'm the eldest, like, and I'm pregnant. Like, just come and like say hello to me. Like, that's so rude. And then like I threw a little bit of a fit. And then I think my dad saw, and then he like pulled me aside. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm the eldest. Like, why do they always like don't respect me and don't come say hi to me? Like, why do I have to go and like say hello to them? Like, they should, blah 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 blah. And my dad is like, Iman, it isn't. You only have control over yourself. You should go and say hello to them or whatever it is. Like, why is this sudden hierarchy thing coming in? Like, hierarchy thing coming to play. We've not done this
ever.
For
I
like
never salam you.
Exactly.
Since
that
when?
day,
Yeah.
I was just really pregnant. Okay. Yeah. And then I felt really embarrassed when he like, because I think the good thing about our parents is that they're not afraid to say it like it is. Like when, even as adults, like when they see us like throw tantrums as adults, because adults do throw tantrums.
Oh,
like,
believe me.
they just like tell it to us as it is and like call us back down to earth. So as soon as my dad said that, I felt really malu. And then I like simmered down. And I don't know, did I apologize? I can't remember.
I cannot remember, but you must have, because I'm talking to you right now.
I suppose so.
Okay,
that's not what happened. Okay, what's your version?
Okay, so that morning, me and Mama got into a bit of a thing. So then she went to see you first. I didn't come with her.
Okay.
So I thought that she had told you what happened in the morning. So when I did come and I saw you, you were so grumpy already. Mm-hmm. So I assumed that you were mad at me because of what had happened with me and Mama earlier that morning.
Okay.
So because you were very scary, you know, because she does this thing where she's scary and you just like, you know, I have no energy for you. I'm going to step away from you and let you simmer down.
Simmer down.
But yeah, so because of that, I did not come to hug you, to greet you, because we don't salam. I don't even understand where this thing came from.
We don't.
So yeah, I mean, I know salam is a good thing, and but like we just don't. We've never. That's never something that we've done as our family culture or whatever. Yeah. So that's what happened for me. It's not because you're the oldest lah. I cannot respect you lah. I was just scared because you were in a bad mood.
Yeah,
that's literally it.
And to be fair, like when I am angry, I can be very off-putting, and I think that's also why Farah, our sister-in-law, didn't come and say hello. Probably because she was scared.
Because I told her what had happened.
Oh,
because we drove together to go and see you guys.
Okay. You see, this is how family drama starts.
Yeah.
Like a simple misunderstanding,
misunderstandings
can just be blown up. So I think, oh my gosh, assumptions are the worst thing. I think assumptions are number one family killer in like the entire, like it's just a family killer. I think you should never assume anything about a family member or a friend, because that can just really kill relationships.
So I think if you hear something, especially about a family member that you're close to, or like, you know, you're not even close to, just like a family member, and you hear something bad about them,
gossip,
just go up to them and ask.
Just
ask, like, hey, I heard this, is this person lying about you or whatever, you know, just don't shut that family member out. You know what I mean? Because
it can really damage relationships for many, many, many years.
For sure. Yeah, especially your sibling. If it's your sibling, like, shouldn't you trust your sibling? Unless your sibling is a pathological liar and you know that. But still, go to them, rectify the problem. But this is just me saying this because I don't have any first-hand experience. I know it's easier said than done, you know, for sure. So Allah knows best. But yeah, definitely, like, for us, alhamdulillah, like, we've never had to go through anything like that as of so far.
Alhamdulillah, inshallah. And I also think, just bringing it back to family culture that you said, I think family culture is also really important to remember that when you're entering a new family. So for example, like I have in-laws now, right? So my husband's family culture is different in the sense that when you arrive, you have to salam everyone. And there is an order as to who like you salam. Or maybe it's like unspoken. Maybe they don't know that they do this, but just me like witnessing it, I'm like, okay, like I've picked up, this is what I do. So when you arrive, you have to salam either, I have salam my mother-in-law, my father-in-law first, depending on whoever is closest. So if my father-in-law is in front of me, I salam him first. My mother-in-law is in front of me, I salam her first. And then after that, it's like all the siblings. So with the sibling, there's no real hierarchy to who you salam. It doesn't matter like 1, 3 or 4. It's like whoever comes to you first, or whoever you see first. But you must salam everyone when you arrive, and you must salam everyone before you go home. And again, when you go home, it's reverse. So you do all the siblings first, and then my mother-in-law or my father-in-law.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I think that it's really important that when you enter a family, there's all kinds of factors that you have to think about. But at the end of the day, doesn't matter what kind of family, your in-laws ka, your own family ka, your siblings ka, relationships are so important, and it's important to keep that going for a long time. Inshallah. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any stories related to siblings, sisterhood, please feel free to comment down below.
And yeah, we'll catch you next time, inshallah. Thanks for watching.
Bye, go.